festival really livened things up around here. It's nice to see the results, especially after how hard everyone worked. There are so many stalls about different things. Some of the girls do have interesting hobbies and crafts. But there's really not much I'd want to buy. Fans and flower crowns aren't really my style, even in my girl persona. Though I'm not going to turn down cotton candy. A guy can have a sweet tooth after all. That is true, Shoji. I do love my sweets, as evident from my stomach. Maybe I'll grab some after I visit Selena and Hoshi, though. Wow, her stall looks busier than I expected. Now, what do you think his body language is saying about her? He's definitely into her. How do you know that? Well, I don't know exactly. You might realize why you think that if you look through a book, it lists some subconscious cues that we pick up on. Oh, hold on, let me check it out. She's really teaching them how to read body language? I'd better stand like some of the girls around here. Okay, so he's leaning slightly toward her rather than away, and his feet are actually pointed in a different direction, in her direction. That means he isn't subconsciously thinking about leaving the conversation. Plus, his hands are tucked into his pockets, leaving his chest open. If he was closed off to the conversation, he'd cross his arms up instead. Really? Is that how that works? I cross my arms no matter what. Excellent. That's completely right. Here's a picture with his face not blurred out. See how it's much easier to tell that he's interested in her? But you can tell that. And maybe even more without you seeing his face as well. Isn't that a little too analytical? And Shoji here is very perplexed about something. But we don't need to see her body language to know that. Sorry, I was just thinking. How's it going? Your booth looks pretty popular. It is. Once word got around that there was a stall for figuring out what guys are thinking, well, I'm sure you can imagine. Why couldn't she have made a stall about what girls are thinking? I'm glad it turned out so well. Has our teacher been by yet? Yes, all the teachers have come around to look at the stalls before the festival is open to everyone else. They seemed pleased with my materials and presentation. That's good to hear. It looks like you're going to be busy for a while, so I'm gonna go look at some of the other stalls. Just as I predicted, after all, your feet were turning the other way. That's a little scary, you know. Sorry, I try not to overanalyze you if you're not comfortable with it. I mean, it's not like I have any reason for you not to analyze me. It's just, it looks like Selena's at her stall. I should probably go say hi. Sure, Shoji, that's fine. Enjoy the festival. Little pricky didn't help me. There aren't as many people at Selena's stall booth, but these must be all sports enthusiasts. And here's one of our very own track stars now. Why didn't we put your face up there in the collage, Shoji? I'm not that good. I'm not even better than you. Isn't she modest? It's not modesty. I've literally never beaten her. Anyway, why don't you volunteer to demonstrate the ideal running pose for them? That's not how volunteering works. What does she mean by ideal running pose anyway? She didn't prepare me for this. I just ran in whatever way feels natural. I always just run like this. See? Incorrect form can lead to injury or slow you down, which is one of the many reasons why track is such a difficult competitive sport. Is she trying to convince them that track is harder than their sports? I can't say I'm surprised. Selena's usually competitive whenever she can be. But she doesn't seem to take winning or losing too seriously, so I guess she just likes the thrill. So, how are you enjoying the festival, Shoji? This is your first one with our school, so I guess you're kind of like a freshman in that way. You can still be impressed by this kind of thing. If it's your fourth time around, it kind of loses its charm. I think it's really interesting. You could tell that everyone worked hard on it. Yeah. I heard the teachers went around the morning and took down booths that weren't any good. They could do that? Anyway, this one got good remarks, since there's so much informational research. It'll also help get some more of the underclassmen interested in trying out for track next year. Sounds like you rehearsed that pretty well. I like to cover all the bases. But it is actually true, you know. Miss Rowan's pretty desperate to find someone to replace us once we graduate. Unless you manage to beat me, though I think my track record is pretty safe where it stands. Well, I haven't caught up yet. No, but maybe you will. It's still pretty early in the year. I'm glad you stopped by. I'll see you this afternoon once it starts getting dark. What? Why? The fireworks display, obviously. Didn't you hear about it? No, I must have missed it. How? It's the coolest part of the whole stupid festival. Every year the teachers get together and set off fireworks in the sports field. Then the whole school goes out to watch. Last year one of our teachers lost their eyebrows. Why did I say students? That sounds safe. It's a great time. In fact, it's the only part of the festival that's never boring. It's what everyone looks forward to after all the work they do on their booths. You're going to go, right? Yeah, I definitely will. Great, then I'll have someone to sit with. I mean, if you're okay with that. Sure, that's fine. Okay, see you there, Shoji. Shoji, I got so caught up in the exhibit I forgot to ask if you were coming to watch the fireworks. Which I suppose you are, seeing as you're here. A bit silly of me to ask now, I suppose. Yeah, I didn't want to miss them. It looks like most of the school's here too. Hey Shoji! Hi Hoshi! You came to watch the fireworks too? Yes, I didn't get to see much of the festival today, since I mostly stayed at my booth. But I definitely didn't want to miss the fireworks. I feel you. By the time I started wandering around, some people were already packing up their things. We should find a place to sit. This way! I got here early and scoped out a good spot. This is actually a nice place to watch the fireworks from. And we're not too crowded by other people. Let me sit in your lap, Shoji. What? Why? Aw, don't be a spoilsport. I just want to sit with you. Why don't you sit next to me? I don't think I'll be able to see very well. Well, let's test it. Please don't sit on my lap. Hoshi, help me. I think you can probably see fine, can't you? Given the trajectory of the fireworks, there's really no way for her head to be in your way. Whose side are you on? Oh fine, I just wanted to get some fun rumors going. Well, sorry to spoil your fun. The sun's almost set anyway. They should be starting soon. They really are pretty. A little loud, though. My favorite part about fireworks is the sound they make, but I think it scares Hoshi. She jumps every time one of them goes off. Okay, that's adorable. And she was holding onto my sleeves the entire time. Wait, a minute ago? Well, something like that. I don't know why I add these words. Selena just cheers every chance she gets. We should have brought sparklers. Then, that would have given us something to do between the fireworks. I don't know if I'd trust you with sparkler. Probably wise. Here's the next one anyway. Our teacher kind of runs like a duck. I really didn't expect you to say something like that. It's just an observation. What happened? Nothing happened that time. It must have been a dud. Woohoo! That was awesome! Best firework yet! What do you say? Nothing even happened. Encore! How did she manage to start the whole round of applause for a dud? She really is enthusiastic, isn't she? I think it's a mix between that and completely sarcastic, but I'm never sure which is which. It must be starting to wind down now. I lost track of time. I don't even know when we started laying down to watch. Well, I better go clean up my stall. Huh? Oh, that's right. I need to do that too. I'll come with you. Have a good night, Shoji. Bye. Bye. I think my eye is twitching. Things like this just keep happening. I don't know if things are going to get more normal or if I'm going to... Oh. I don't know if things are going to get more normal or if I'm going to get crazy. But pretending to be a girl isn't half bad, really. Not when it gives me friends like these. Still, I can't help but wonder what they would do if they found out. They'd probably think I was some kind of pervert. Would we still be friends then? Could we ever be more? Or are our relationships like these fireworks, bright and blazing one moment, and then dark and silent the next? But I'm gonna leave this here. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video.